they do even no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, and people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun diary politico. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, this man not dey off in mind. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo. Aha! Now him una don hear all these bad politicians them we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want make the common man get wetin him suppose get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one, Mayegun. You go show una paper. Mayegun diary political. So my people make you. Mayegun làwa mọ̀, àmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you for joining me again. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tag the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris. If you have them as friends or followers, don't forget the Buharidins, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unekaharis, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, and the humbled slaves, the new recruits, the bad idiots. Tag the Facebook adsmen, social media bandits. Don't forget their uncles, their aunties abroad, the abroadian Buhari idiots. I am talking about the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers of this world. I have a word for all of us.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti.
Call them all to join us and come and learn one or two things. Let us educate them how this whole world works. And possibly let us take them out of the bubble that the criminal politicians in Nigeria that cut across all ethnic, tribe, and religion that Nigerians identified with. Maybe for an hour or two, we might succeed in taking them out of that bubble, open their eyes, before they cover them again. That is why, if you have them as friends, tell them Mayegun today. Just once again. Because these days, I've told you this before. People are angry. People are hungry. Therefore, their act and their actions, their deeds and then their doings are expected to be questionable for those who are paying attention. Nigeria is a mad country. That the criminals in Nigeria, the entitled rogues, old and young, love that way. Because in a mad country, the madder you are, the possibility that you will be rewarded more. Meaning, the more criminally minded you are, the more likely you are going to get rewarded. In the Nigeria case, that is what we have. Now, look at me very well. I have said this many times that those who brought us to this stage, a stage of total division, backwardness, corruption, and terrorism, as we have seen, we know them. We know their names. We know their faces. They can't disguise. Whatever guise they want to put on, we would always out them. And in doing so, I don't think we expect those who love or worship them to appreciate somebody like myself. I am somebody you would probably never want to like for one reason, not because I have any bad intention against you as a person, okay? Not because I have done anything like harmful to you as a person. You can only despise me, dislike me, and in some cases, as some of you have professed many times, hate me simply because I have stood my ground in choosing the criminals that have brought us to this stage. I have named them and I have chosen never to change that position. So if you don't like me, it could be because of PDP, of course. You may not like me and hate me so much because of APC, but the point is this: if you think and you take it back, just take a breath. Why is it that I don't like this guy? Oh, I don't like him because of everything he says about Ifnumbu. Oh, I don't like him because of everything he said about Bokwari. Then when you realize that, the next question should be, were those things true? Or they were lies? If you now discover that everything is said, or I have said, have always been true, especially as they affect you. I have done that countless times on Mayegun's Diary Political. So if you now ask yourself, does your position of I don't like him justified by the reasons why? Because you realize that it is because I choose never to back down in exposing, not praising the rogues, the criminals who brought us to this stage. And we have mentioned their crimes many times. But if you choose them in your own way of saying they are still powerful and they will remain powerful, and you will continue to make them powerful to your own detriment, you are not doing anybody. I'll tell you for educational purposes tonight why what you choose to do and the consequences of your choices are not limited to you. Do you understand that now? And since the consequences of your choices are not limited to you, those who are affected, the victims of those consequences, are expected to react. Yes, that is how the world works. And I will explain it to you. Nigeria is a country that should have been so blessed. But caused by the greed and selfishness of those who were supposed to be patriotic. What more would you expect a country to give to you to show patriotism than for you to be in charge of the running, not ruining of that country, of uniting, not dividing the people of that country? What more honor? What honor is more than that you can gain in the country of 200 million people? You found yourself in position where you are managing affairs of millions of people, and guess what? They bungled it. How? Rather than make you the center of all they are thinking and doing, they made themselves the center of it. The result of that is what you have today: poverty, unemployment, ruined economy, joblessness. As you can see, those are the consequences of your choices. So when that happens, what do you get? Increased in crime. And that's what you have now. So when you choose to empower rogues who make themselves more important than you, the consequences of that, like I said, is not limited to you, because this world is not built, doesn't revolve around you who have chosen your oppressors over your liberty. How? I told somebody, I said, if you look at those who indeed are more alarmed, worried about the state of things in Nigeria, the people, your politicians, your government, your government, your decision makers, and the rest of them, when you look at those who are so worried and those who are more outspoken, they are mainly those who are outside Nigeria. You know why? Because, number one, things that they make you feel so unconcerned about will never happen anywhere in the whole world without them becoming the headline news all over the world. But in Nigeria, they are nothing. But do you also know that when they say Fulani terrorists invade the village or community and killed people or kidnapped people, children, women, most of those who speak out are those who are not even in Nigeria. Because, number one, they are not those being kidnapped. You know that. When you walk on the street as a young man and you are harassed by their police just because they want to extort you, when people raise alarm, most of those who raise this alarm are far, far away from the, from the grip of these lawless, criminals in uniforms. When your politicians abandoned your own medical facilities that they've abandoned, moribund, left for you to use, and then they have to convert your own money into whatever currency of the country they want to go and seek health care. The people who raise the alarm are more concerned, are mostly outside Nigeria. You know why? These are people who can easily access health care where they live. These are people who can at least attest or access to reliable security. When your politician loots you, steal your money meant for power generation and distribution, which could otherwise improve, industrialization that could also generate jobs, create a boost your own economy, sort of a buoyant one. Your politicians looted the money, they bagged the money and put them on the private jets they bought with the stolen money from you, and they ferry the money out every now and then. The people who raise this alarm, who know the consequences of all of this, who indeed are not going to bear the direct consequences of this, raising this alarm, have access to the things they are taking away from you. They lock your schools, young people at home right now, wasting away, right? Even if they finally get the whole education and graduation, you know where they are going, because there were those before them too, messed up and completely, almost ruined. So they know where this is going to end, right? While their own children are accessing better, unhindered education abroad. So look at me very well. I personally, I happen to be one of those that is, one of those that are far away from the consequences of your criminal leaders. So you are supposed to see me as a friend, because the fact that I could help in skeleton the criminals as who they are, helping you to make you understand your choices, and at the same time, the consequences of those choices. You chose your oppressors, and therefore you make an enemy out of your supposed friend. But I'll tell you more, because this is not just raising alarm. This is me coming from the constituency of those who are keeping Nigeria running right now. And I'll explain that to you. In case if the kind of education they have given to you have destroyed you so much, okay? Listen to this. So I am talking to those of you who think exposing these rogues for who they are, is an attack on the country. There is no other attack. There is no worse attack on a country than for those who have the opportunity to build and create a peaceful, prosperous, and safe country, have chosen to create war, division, disunity, corruption, poverty, things that continue to make and threaten the existence of the people. There is no greater offense. There is no greater unpatriotic act than the act of those many of you have chosen as your leaders, for whatever reason you have chosen them. But let's look at it this way. I come from the constituency of those, who have been subsidizing Nigeria for many years, when your politicians are stealing everything stealable, including mortgaging your future, the future of your children, to the point that they have bankrupted the entire country. There is no greater unpatriotic act than what they have done to Nigeria, right? Exposing them is one of the best patriotic act for any one of you who claim to love Nigeria. And I will explain that too. Every year, people like myself continue to pump in the forex that your politicians have now chosen over your naira for their luxurious life, or the luxury life that they have chosen at your own expense. Every year, people like myself in living abroad, working hard, not waiting for the crumbs from any of your political oppressors, as many of you have chosen, probably as you think that is your destiny. Defend them, eat the crumbs, and possibly wait for empowerment from them. Wait for, what do you call it, trader money, and then you can start business or whatever other things they've promised you, that have continued to dig you deeper in poverty. Young people in their own 20s, they have no idea what the future is going to be like. But I, as a person, I happen to be one of those who continue to subsidize Nigeria when your politicians are looting you dry and blind. Every year, Nigerians living outside Nigeria remit over $35 billion into the economy of Nigeria, that continue to keep the people sane, at least some businesses running and function, and some families functional. And I'll tell you how. Your politicians will write budgets. They have no job. They will promise you heaven and earth and all that, but they have no plan of fulfilling any of them, right? Then they will write your budget. You will hear them when they will start the robbery. For example, in 2022, when Nigeria is already bankrupted by these guys, they wrote a budget of 20.5 trillion naira. Guess what? They were planning to generate 5 trillion and then borrow 15.5 trillion naira in 2022 alone. In the process, they were also relying on the diaspora remittances. You know what happened when that happened? I mean, when your government is broke, when your country is broke, they will not be able, to pay the workers. That is already happening. They will not be able to fulfill their import financial responsibility. That is already happening. Okay? So, families who are supposed to have access to good medical care, since they never invested in them, right now, just forget it. How do you then care for your sick family members? How do you care for their education? How do you care for their own power? How do you care for their housing? How do you care for their security? That then made many of you today a mini local government in a country where they are budgeting trillion to generate electricity, but they are generating darkness, to build you roads, but they are building you potholes, to give you security, but they are harming terrorists, to strengthen your naira, but they continue to weaken it, to build you refineries, but they continue to destroy them, and all of this to give you jobs, but they continue to make you jobless. So somebody now said, Mayegun, it is sad to see a young man, a young graduate. Maybe you are watching me right now. A young graduate, who is jobless. To now hustle for money, buy a smartphone, right? And then come on social media to defend his oppressors. And at the same time, be making mouth that their oppressors will continue to lead them, and there's nothing anybody who is complaining can do about it. So in other words, you think whether you vote for your Kolu Tifnumbu is going to affect Mayegun? Of course it's not. When you did with Bokwari in 7 years, you became poorer than you were in 2015. Yes. Many of you ended up in the hand of a terrorist as victims of a kidnapping. Yeah, many of you will never return. Yes, under APC, Egbekegbe. Today, your economy is in shambles. Nobody should tell you anything otherwise. Just look around you. In 7 years, whatever you choose to do, you are not doing anybody. You are doing yourselves. But let's take it back a little bit again. When people now feel like, man, Nigeria is done for, therefore, the result of the one Nigeria that your leaders, unpatriotic people, look at it this way, okay? Say, if you love something you love and you appreciate, yeah, would you not by any means protect it? Take a look at your phone. Look at that, your phone. I don't know how much you bought it, right? But somehow, it is not how much you bought the phone that really matters. It is what you use the phone for, Abby. So therefore, I don't know how you treat your phone, but many people treat their phones so cautiously, Abby, because you love it, because it means so much to you, and you will never let anything happen to it, and you will never let it get into the wrong hands as well. Yeah, exactly. That is something that you can relate with personally. Now, take a look at a country where you have people, human beings, okay, and then you have an opportunity, okay, to see through to see to their affairs and all that, and you love this country, okay, you love this country, you want this country to have electricity like everywhere else, Abi. You want this country to be industrialized. You want this country to be united in love, prosperity, I mean, in growth. Things that are not just meant to be wishes, Abi, they are meant to be acted upon. Now, if you love that thing, right? So, okay, put it, if you now love that country this much, would you say the way they have ruled Nigeria from 1960 to 2022, in your own opinion, by everyone who has been in charge of Nigeria, whether as your governor, whether as this or that, in these 62 years, in your own opinion, would you say the result of today shows that those people loved Nigeria or they loved Nigerians, in your own opinion? Being honest right now, this moment. Forget where you belong to, which camp you belong to right now. Just ask yourself, with everything you have seen in your lifetime, would you say Nigeria is a textbook definition of a country loved by our rulers, past and present, in your opinion? Whatever your answer is, yeah, will help you in understanding my next stage. People are angry. People are hungry. Hungry man is an angry man. Today, why are Nigerians angry? Why are others calling for a negotiation of this contraption? Why are others calling for immediate breakup of Nigeria? Why are many asking for restructuring of this Nigeria? That shows something is wrong. From generation to generation, battle after battle, this time around, you would agree Nigeria has never been this divided. And guess what? It is not your fault. It is not my fault. It is the fault of those who had one single job: to build a country. How do you build a country? You build the people. How do you build the people? You invest in the people. They never invested in you. Therefore, there was never unity invested. There was never progress invested. There was never development invested. No security investment. Nothing was in place. If you would agree with me, do you also think none of them loved Nigeria? And in that aspect, because of that, the biases that they have shown over the years that made it impossible for them to love Nigeria. You can't love something so much and watch it degenerates so bad, and you continue to work hard in destroying it further by destroying the people themselves. So people are making demands. If we cannot get this, we must get that. This is not working. We all agree this is not working. The Yorubas, which are from my own ethnic nationality, we have those who have their own personal open bias against other people who are non-Yorubas. Why is that? Nigeria. If you go to other regions as well, everyone from everywhere is watching everyone from everywhere, suspicious of one another. I mean, how do you develop like that? So the country, let me put it this way, the leadership they have is something you can say is the reflection of the people that those who have led the country nurtured. So if you now want to come out of that bubble, you will realize that Nigeria, that the likes of Obasanjo, Buhari, who else, Gowon, alive, oh, all this one's still alive, oh. The country they manufactured or they claim to work or toiled for is the one that the Hausas cannot see Igbos, Igbos cannot see Fulani, Fulani cannot see Yoruba, Yoruba cannot see, you see all of these open biases, yeah? Election time is when you will know better. Just continue to read the whole map, okay? The creation of your heroes past, the labor of our heroes past, their labor were labor of disunity, labor of division, labor of lies, labor of bloodbath, labor of corruption, labor of poverty, labor of insecurity, labor of I don't careism, which has brought us to one stage. We cannot continue like this. Yes, we can't. But does that change the fact that we are all trapped in this contraption until it is dissolved for peace to reign? We are all still trapped, though. You see, that's the second one. If we are not trapped, many of us who are remitting money back into Nigeria. Wait, some of you may not understand, okay? Because listen, if you are watching me from Nigeria and you have already joined the political vuvuzelas, you are already choosing your own camp, what I'm saying right now, you may not understand it. In fact, what I'm saying, what I'm about to tell you now is going to sound like I'm attacking you. Like I told you, I understand. We are all angry and hungry. I be no be so, but if what's the other one? Or if comprehension is going to be a problem, listen to me. I understand. Many of us are even mad. Now Nigeria cause am. Sure, you get me now. Look at it this way. Many of us who remit money back into that Nigeria, yeah, we have to, because we have families that we would not want to die from the failed healthcare system provided by these criminals. So we cough out money on a regular basis for such. Because of the ruined and destroyed education, many of us will have to remit a lot of money back into that your economy to fund education privately for the people who are family and friends, acquaintances, neighbors, and even people we don't even know these days. Many of us are investing in helping your government in building houses. Shortage of houses that could have made life easier if your politicians are not using your money to build mansions, estates for themselves. Many of us are emitting billions upon billions back into that Nigeria on a regular basis to invest in that same, and on like that. $35 billion. Guess how much that is in your currency today? That is over 20 trillion naira. The same national budget you have. That money gets into that economy all the time. And guess what? We work hard for every penny, every pence, every cent that is remitted into that country, subsidizing the failure of those you love to worship and you enjoy too, by the way. And when I say working hard, some of you will not understand what that means, because look at it this way. In the last 7 years alone, more than 50 million of you have become jobless. I'm talking about 50 million of you who had jobs before now. Today, more than 120 million of you have no real job. I didn't say that. It is your record. And that is why today, when somebody talk about hard work or working hard, it dey sound like an attack on you. Are you trying to say no, that's not trying to say. Okay? It's a fact. We work hard to remit those money into that economy so that those businesses that your politicians are strangulating to death with different taxes, killing, extortion from the agberos that your politicians are creating. Some of these petty businesses that run your economy are not really getting any support from any of you. If this money are not available, you won't understand, because the politicians in Nigeria have made many of you to become carnivorous animals that kill what they eat every day. If they don't kill in a day, they will go starving and hungry. Do you understand what that means? It simply means your thought, your mind, your everything is going to be controlled by what you are able to eat, no matter where that comes from. So they did that to you. They did that to you. So that same system that we are putting our money in, and all those local artisans, bricklayers, cement sellers, food sellers, all those, they are getting patronage because of the money we are sending into that economy. Your politicians know this, and that is why they are offended. They are threatened, because those who are living outside Nigeria, they realize that many of us, we would never be able to return back to Nigeria. The Nigeria that you and your oppressors that you are building, the ones that is killing you. So many of us have realized that. Therefore, it was actually time to put our mouth where we put our money. Again, you will not understand. I am not attacking you or trying to oppress you. It is not my fault, okay, that your politicians, they turned you to carnivorous animals. And that is why your situation in Nigeria is not different from dog eat dogs. You are ready to sell yourselves. You are ready to sell your brother, sell your blood, kill if you have to, just to ensure that your next meal is guaranteed. We know that. We are the people that you should be worshiping, but you have no idea. You are worshiping the same set of criminals who give no damn about you. In our own generosity, we still have Nigerians, in their generosity, they will still come down to Nigeria with their money, with their brains, with their expertise, and their friends. They will come and do health mission. Have you ever seen Nigeria healthcare system going to America to go and help communities in America? Have you? Now, your politicians make money by making you third world country. Now, many of us have seen the world, and we have realized that we should not just be those who subsidize Nigeria. We should, in fact, for the sake of our own children, our children, if we leave it for all of you that they have already zombialized, that they have already enslaved, that they have already psychologically conditioned to get used to the life of hardship that your own parents suffered. Listen to this. If you're a young person watching me right now, ask your parents if what they went through that you are going through right now, if they will love your own children to go through them when you begin to bring children to this world. So we decided that even if you don't care, even if they have conditioned you to take sides of your oppressors, it will not stop us to do our best in doing our best to save the future, because it matters. Some of you are only living for the day. That is why even when you manage to even game the system, loot the system, you are not even like tired of it, because you are always going to be scared. I'm talking about some of you who, because of what you are thinking of gaining politically or otherwise, criminally, from Nigeria being together the way it is right now, you have chosen to die for one Nigeria as it is. Even when you finally game the system, rig the system, steal a lot of money, you are still scared. Have you not noticed? Look at all your politicians. Look at all the politicians you have today that you call leaders today. 25 years ago, 20 years ago, many of them are unknown. They were as talaka, as talakpali, like many of you who are praise singers on the queue today, abusing, attacking anybody that exposes those rogues. 20 years ago, many of them who are billionaires today, because they acquired political offices, while the people remained poor and more poorer. They became billionaire. Guess what? With all the billions, with all the stolen money, with everything they have, they are still scared of poverty. Therefore, they are not satisfied. That is what greed does to you. You will never be satisfied. That is why, even if they make you to be living for today, we don't know what we are going to eat tomorrow. We are going to one rally tomorrow. That rally is a big rally for us, because they will give you food, they will give you money, Abi. And anybody talking about the consequences of such is an enemy to you, because you are living for the day. One day they now give you political appointments, personal assistants to special advisor that is not advising anything. All of you thieves, jobless, lazy youth, lazy people, Abi. When you finally get the chance, you can't make the money, living on top of the world, but every day, you are always going to be scared of the hunger that will come once that free money disappeared. That is what they make of you. So to so many of us who have been outside Nigeria, that is not future. So when we see an opportunity, when we call on people and say, you need to rise up. You need to defend what is left. If you do nothing, it's going to get worse. Okay? These guys don't care. They don't love Nigeria. It is obvious. Okay? They will keep you in that darkness. Do something. So that is why many of us who are outside Nigeria, when we see few of Nigerians who have managed to sum up courage and stand against that rigged system that we all know is only powerful because they have army of brainwashed, psychologically conditioned slaves that are ready to die in keeping it that way because they have been positioned or conditioned to think that way. So when we see every young or old Nigerian that rise up and says, no, this is enough, we are not going to have to do this anymore, they always get the support of those who are outside Nigeria. Have you asked yourself why? The reason is because if we have been speaking up for a long time, if we have been bonding together for a long time, maybe if we have been funding the revolution of those who have managed to stand against this rigged system, that some of you humbled slaves are scared. You are scared of what is going to happen if your gods, if you're worshipped, the criminals you are worshiping, the ones who don't give a damn about you, you are scared of what life is going to be like without them. Let me tell you something. Yeah, we will continue to invest our money in awareness, advocacies that will continue to open the eyes of the people to the dangers that Nigeria and the Nigerian politicians represent. How much of their agenda are completely to annihilate you, destroy everything that comes out of you. And we have the evidence to prove that. Yeah, because our future also depends on it. So when the young people came together and said they have had enough, did you see how much the support they received from Nigerians outside Nigeria? Because those are the Nigerians who have once lived in Nigeria. They have once lived under those lies. They have once lived under those fear. They grew up, they were born into, and they grew up in that same fear that some of you who are in Nigeria today are currently experiencing. There is no fear in you that many of us never lived in our lives. Okay? Nothing. The lies they told you that they didn't tell us, that the lies you believed in, everything they have used religion to deceive you with, and you believe them. Many of us who left Nigeria, guess what? We also believed them. Many of us, never believed that a day will come that they will stand up and say, wow, they have been lying to us. No wonder there is no concrete, any reasonable development, human capital development, so to say. So if you are living in that fear right now, and you are looking at Mayegun, you don't like me. Of course, you are trained, you are raised. In fact, you are conditioned not to like people like me. In fact, people like me are considered dangerous to you because if I should manage to open your eyes, you will become dangerous to the people you are worshiping right now because you will not worship them anymore. No, it will be difficult. Therefore, you are conditioned not to like me. But facts are sacred. They are facts. They are not fiction. The moment you leave that contraption, it will take a lot of inhumanity in you to justify the madness going on in Nigeria after you have left Nigeria. Because that moment you leave Nigeria, you will realize that you can actually live without those fear they implanted in you. Fears like leaders are chosen by God. Be careful of what you say. Elders, whether right or wrong, you cannot question them if you want to grow old. If elders get angry because of what you say, and that elder curse you, it will affect you and your generations. You see, all those lies, you can easily see through them the moment you leave Nigeria. And then not just see through them, you will also see through the reasons why they had to make you believe them. Because when you grow up, they need to continue to control your mind. Now, can you do without those fears? Yes, you can, even without leaving Nigeria. I have found out as well. It is by stopping to lie to yourselves. So, in order to control the influence of Nigerians outside Nigeria, the Nigeria politicians, they created different groups in order to bring many Nigerians abroad to be the promoters of the Nigeria politicians' absurdities. Like I told you, they have done a terrible job for 62 years. They have divided us. They have made us hate ourselves. They've made us despise ourselves. And indeed, they have made us want never to live with ourselves, because we have disrespected ourselves so much with what they implanted in us. So the diasporans, they needed to keep them divided too. However, somehow it worked in the favor of those who never really want to be together in the first place. After making sure that their terrible deed in the past are never left for the past, they called us revisionists, but we called ourselves the students of history. We chose to learn from history, never to be imprisoned by it. The division and dividing of Nigerians for political power in Nigeria and outside Nigeria by the politicians in Nigeria and then their hirelings outside Nigeria, they managed to create the awareness that has made Nigerians outside Nigeria to go back to their roots, advocating for everybody to go back to their roots. They have managed to see through the lies. Now we have Yorubas all over the world, home and abroad, now asking for the call up for the renegotiation of Nigeria, and then the emergence of, or should I say, the confirmation of the Yoruba sovereign nation. Yes, the campaign is real. It is everywhere, championed mostly by the Yorubas. Who knows, with the future of Nigeria, they would rather see us never return back to Nigeria, never return back to Yoruba land. And since we have seen the danger, now people are now investing their money, their time, resources, day and night to educate themselves, to raise awareness, to continue to pressure that Yorubas will not be part of that future that your criminal politicians are building. Now, their division brought that, not their unity. Okay? Nobody else created that. Your heroes past and present, your oppressors that you love to worship, Those who were supposed to love Nigeria, unite Nigerians, they have divided you for power. Now it is working against them. Guess who they told you to hate? The people who have now chosen sides. The Biafrans revisited Biafra. This time around, they said they are going. Why? Your heroes passed. Your supposed patriotic leaders who were supposed to unite Nigeria, they divided us. You know that. They divided us. Your heroes past, present, your supposed oppressors who wanted to save Nigeria, they made us poorer. They stunted their development, and they put what do you call it? They put targets behind every tribe that they decide to target whenever they choose to target. What did that do? It broke us more. The Biafrans are now more than determined, more than ever, to have their Biafra. And they see that they have no future in this Nigeria. Not be us created that. Oh. Now your heroes past and present, if they worked for unity, this would never have happened, would it? Aha! The names and abuses you are hurling at yourselves, the attacks and the threat that you are hurling at yourselves, today, they were creation of yours and your leaders. How do you then pretend to have a country that is loved when it is built on hate, division, underdevelopment, impunity, religious intolerance, and so on and so forth? How do you continue to lie to yourselves? Today, the Nigerians who are now abroad are also investing their resources, their time, in what they called political revolution in Nigeria, something to change the status quo, whatever it's going to take. All of these are coming from the people who used to give you the money for free when they have told us we have no say. No wonder when I stood up and I said, if you ask me, Mayegun, what do you want? I will tell you unequivocally that I want a sovereign Yoruba nation. Autonomous, independent Yoruba nation. Yoruba is a nation, you know that. But Nigeria won't give me that. Nigeria will take my money. Your politicians and your government will take my money and the money of people like myself. But whatever goes on in Nigeria, like you, uneducated Nigerian, is none of our business. But we are feeding you. We are clothing you. We are housing you. We are protecting you. We are putting food on your table. Even if you don't have an idea of how economy works, yeah, ask your government, yeah, why did they go abroad to go and use you as collaterals in the hand of lenders in order to borrow money, to pay themselves huge salaries, renovate houses that they will never live in, buy themselves latest cars, renew their health insurance abroad, and every other thing they use your money for? Ask them if we are not that important, or the money we put in your economy doesn't really mean anything to you. We put food on your table, but they've never taught you, they didn't teach you that we, Nigerians outside Nigeria, we are the lifeline you are currently clinging on to, while your politicians, while they have sold the entire country, including you watching me right now. You may have money that is currently feeding you or will feed you for the next 1 month, 2 months. I can tell you this for free. In the Nigeria that we all know, with all you have, many, many of you, not in poverty yet, you are just one sickness away from that poverty that you think you escaped. That is Nigeria. Even your politicians, they know so well to loot you so well and save for an emergency medical treatment abroad, because they know even if they invested all of the billions they have looted in getting medical care, just like you with all your millions that you currently have in the bank, Abi, you will still have to be killed or die in that system. That's what they have built. And they will remain, if they have to stay alive, they are also what? Just a moment away from poverty. Yeah? So they told you that we don't matter. And therefore, all that matter is what we have to send. When you talk to them, Baba, how far? How Niger now? Oh, my brother, Niger is there. This country is so terrible. Just send money. Baba, send money. You send money. God has answered your own prayer. You just stay there. Just stay there. Send money. No be so? Because the future of Nigeria is, in the future of Nigeria that many of you are championing or campaigning for, they say there is no place for those who are feeding you. Take that to the bank. So if you then think that is how it's going to work, then you are wrong. Okay? As it is, you have chosen APC, Egbekegbe. Congratulations. You have chosen Atifku, people destroying people. Congratulations. You have chosen Obi, and you call yourself obedient. Abi? Bravo. Why do you now have a problem with somebody who choose the advocacy for a sovereign independence Biafra, an independence Yoruba nation? If you who claim to love Nigeria without shame, without any remorse, with no humanity in you, if after 7 years and those who have died that shouldn't have died, and those who have been destroyed economically, who are now poorer, and those who died in the Sahara desert, running away from this calamity you brought upon yourselves, after 7 years, for the pensioners who are committing suicide because their pensions are not paid, for the workers who are committing suicide because their salaries are not paid, after 7 years, you don't think, at this point, people should start calling you a non-Nigerian? You can't be somebody who loves Nigeria and witness all of this in the name of APC, Egbekegbe. And you still call yourself somebody who loves Nigeria. Shomadini. Which kind of love be this? Or you, I love one Nigeria. Nigeria is a great country. PDP will come and save you. Atifku is coming to rescue you. So Fagbanani, 16 years. 16 solid years of people destroying people. They destroyed education, destroyed the healthcare, destroyed your oil sector, destroyed your infrastructure. They made you poor. Maybe not as APC, maybe. So 16 years of PDP, you have the audacity to say you love Nigeria so much. Therefore, the people asking for Yoruba nation, they don't have any rights in that Nigeria that you destroyed. Because normal, education has been destroyed. But common sense self, they don't destroy amni. You people manage and destroyed Nigeria with your leaders and your oppressors. They became richer. You became poorer. The best of Nigeria are being sent out of Nigeria. Everybody, they japa. And you have the audacity to say those who are now peacefully asking, I beg you, God, I beg you, save us, help us. We don't want this kind of Nigeria. Give us a Yoruba nation. You open your dirty mouth and possibly jaundiced, empty skull that should be housing your brain You said they are non-Nigerian, therefore they have no right to talk about the destruction that is not limited to you. Gomulenfa, le normal, ko possible. You go on social media with the destruction of PDP, APC. You said you love Nigeria more because you want to keep the contraption that way and give birth and let your own children inherit the slavery that you inherited from your own parents. Help us, you. Help us, you. Now help at the duo. Help us, you.
Che. Help us, oh. Help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh. There